Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are back at the car. I think it's 29th, Sunday 29th. The Formula 1's on today and I'm doing this. Anyway, we need to look inside this wheel arch. So if I spin you, there we have the wheel arch. It's not pretty, it's not nice, but it needs a lick of paint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out the drill with the wire attachment and go for it and get it back to as clean a metal as I can. There is some rust in here, we know this, and yeah, see if we can get something sorted out here, get it all looking nice. Immensely happy. Well, inside here, let's have a look at the top. I just found out that I charged this earlier on and the battery is almost dead already, and I don't know why. I think it may be just due to being in the heat. So I'm going to clean this up and I'll try and come back to you as soon as I can. Then I'll show you what I've done. It's probably a very short video, this one. So, yeah. Not looking massively bad in here at all, really. Hello. Right, I'm wire wheeling in this wheel arch, and I'm going to show you. I've tried to wire wheel all the sealant away, but it's very thick, and the wire wheel I've got isn't that good. But I'm going to film inside the wheel arch. I'm using the old phone at the moment because the GoPro, for some reason, battery's dying already. So I'm going to show you what is in here, and I want you to tell me, do you think it's bad? This is looking forward of this to the car, so you're inside the wheel arch. There's a little bit of rot here, not much. Bit of filler coming through where that guy did a bit years ago. Trying to film around the wheel, the axle at the moment. There's some clean metal up there, following the seam. That's what I repaired 4 years ago. And there's the bit that I fixed. Trying to give you a good idea of what it's like in here. Sorry if the focus isn't great. So that's around the edges. And the back of it, and cleaning it down with a wheel, getting cleaner back to the original blue. There's a bit of rot there. And that plate there, that's been repaired previous to my ownership. So going back to the piece I repaired. So I don't think, honestly, it's that bad. I could do with getting some rust killer in there. And I'll keep wire wheeling, try and get some more dirt off. And then I'm going to treat a bit of it. No. There's only surface rust under that paint there, look. Under that stone guard, stone chip. It's not that bad. There's no holes. Nothing. On a side note, the chassis rail. Yeah, the piece I need to buy is that section there. And it joins up to that seam there, look. That piece there I can get. I can replace it. Or the whole thing, including the arm, going down to here. I can get a set of them. £500. The chassis rails underneath the car are 115. And to be honest with you, I think I'm going to buy a set. They're not overly expensive, but these, they're much more expensive. It's literally from that seam line there. Right, so you can see it, that seam line all the way down, including where the suspension bung goes and where the spring sits up in there, and it comes down and there's this V shape, or Y shape, sorry. Sorry about shakiness. You've got this Y shape under here, look, there, where this arm sits, and it stops here. There's a seam there where it stops, and that's where the chassis rail attaches. So I think I'm definitely gonna get a set of chassis rails. Definitely. Right, let's do a bit more cleaning of this wheel arch. Horrendous, awful news, everyone. It's dire. Look what I found. Oh no, look, it's a hole. It's smaller than my fingernail. What am I going to do? Oh, disaster. It's the end of the world. I have to scrap it. Converter has been applied. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I'm not a professional. I've put on as much as I could where I could find it would go, waiting for it to go off slowly. A lot of it has gone off already, so yeah, once it's all dry, I'm going to come back and hit the whole thing with some zinc primer. I know you got underseal on here already, but zinc primer is not going to hurt it. Wait for that to dry, and then hopefully put some Stone Guard black over it. So I've given it a coat of black. It's not fully coated because you've got to do it in sections, of course, like light coats really. You can see where it's patchy, but yeah, it's going black in here, drying off. Quite grey, isn't it? I've already sprayed this section with the stone chip, but the grey is coming through. But never mind, a few more coats. And don't worry, I will grind that back around the edge of that hole and weld it. Don't worry, it'll be fine. So that was one job we've done today. Didn't seem like much filming on here and on the phone, but I think I've made a bit of progress here, which is a good thing. So we'll end this bit here and we'll jump to the next bit because I need to talk to you about something after this. Hello everyone, welcome to my kitchen. It's about an hour since I was just working on the car, as you saw. Now, I have to make a little bit of an announcement regarding the car. It cannot stay where it is. It has to go back in my garage until I can get the chassis legs that I need. It can't stay where it is, which then means I won't be going to Rustival this year. I won't be going to any events this year with the car as it stands. Too much work needs to be done. If I'm going to replacing the chassis rails, the chassis legs, that means they come off the car. Not very easy to support a car without any chassis rails. So yeah, I need to save up some money. So once I've done a few more jobs on the car, it will be going back in the garage, and focus for the channel will have to go back to the bike, Kawasaki. Bit on the Rover, hopefully someone, Project Buddy as well, not see him for a while. But yes, that's the way things are, unfortunately, and I really didn't want it to go like that. I didn't know that chassis rail was going to be as bad as it was. I don't know what's in there until I cut it open. That's literally the case of it. You can't see through bodywork. So please bear with me. I do apologise. I know that like videos for TeeCee have been coming fairly consistently, and it kind of upsets me that I have to stop, because I can't buy these parts as it stands. One chassis rail on eBay, I'll put a little picture in here, is £700. Well, chassis leg is £700. That's not feasible. I can't do that. There is a chap I've spoken to online. He's got a set, and those for the two, both sides of the car, £500. Hopefully I can save up the money and buy them off of him before he either sells them or uses them for whatever he's going to do. I don't know. But that is the case of what it is. There are some other parts on Facebook Marketplace I've seen that I could buy. They aren't quite as expensive as that. The chassis rails, which I mentioned earlier, those are £115, near as damn it. You know, knock off 5p. You know, there we go. So yeah, that is the case of how things are right now. Can't be driven. The car cannot be driven. There's no fuel tank. There's no rear bumper. There's no valance. There's no inner valance. The inner quarter's not there. It would not be safe, and it would not be wise for me to drive that. Even to jerry rig a fuel tank inside the car, it's just not worth doing. If I want to get arrested, you know, and yeah, done for unsafe vehicle. So I've now got to get a vehicle remover to pick the car up for me and take it to the garage, where it will just go in and hibernate until I can afford to get this work done. Secondly, where the car is right now is not the kind of place to do this kind of work. I don't think, well personally I don't think that having that car there and taking the chassis rails and legs off where it is fair on my friend who has kindly let me use her drive. It's only for a temporary period, and I thought I'll just repair that rear chassis leg and away I go. No, that's not how things have panned out, sorry. I need to get more parts, and this has turned into a long-term project. This is not a quick fix. So I will do my utmost to try and bring you as much content on TeeCee as I possibly can. But I'm going to have to look for a proper workshop. The welding course I'm doing at the end of this year in September instead of Rustival, hopefully that will put me in good stead to find some kind of workshop through an engineering company maybe. So we will have to see what happens. There's no guarantees. I know you guys love the car as I do, and I don't want to let him down, and I don't want to let you guys down either, because that's why you're here. You're here to see stuff on TeeCee. But he has to be put on pause, on the back burner, whatever you want to call it. But I've got to do what's right. I can't just fudge it. I can't just do a patch repair on this. The chassis has to be fixed correctly, and that's probably going to be part of the floor pan as well. Might probably need to be repaired as I take off the chassis rails. I wouldn't be surprised. So and I'm also I also emailed the company. If anyone's seen these battery banks, these huge battery banks you can get, or power stations, whatever they're called, and you can plug stuff into them. I've seen people on YouTube powering a welder from them. But so I've emailed one company to ask them if they'd like to help me. So I'm waiting to hear back. I can't, there's no guarantees with that either. So yeah, fingers crossed, and something comes up, because I can't weld the car in my garage, as you guys know. So we'll just have to see, and if it comes to it, I'll just have to save up the money and just buy whatever it is I need. Simple as that. Anyway, there's enough of me ranting and rambling on. Hope you enjoyed the bit of footage earlier. I know it's not the most exciting. I charged this camera up in the car. It was fully charged, unplugged it, and it discharged. So I couldn't really do much apart from film on the blooming X smartphone. This thing. I hate this thing. It's horrible. Hate it. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all the subscribers. Thank you to the members. If you want to join the channel, feel free. There's a link in the description, and there's also PayPal if you want to support me that way as well. Thank you very much, and I will speak with you again soon.